Hi, Rich Carrubba for bowlingball.com. Let's talk about how to pick up bowling splits. Well, first I have to tell you I have no idea what lane conditions you bowl on. I have no idea how much oil's in the middle of the lane or is not. I have no idea what the distance of the oil is, and I have no idea what kind of bowling balls you're using or how you release your bowling ball. So all I can do is give you some general ideas on common splits, and hopefully you can pick them up periodically. And of course, make sure you hit something. You roll the ball and get at least one pin, if not more, depending on the split. The object is to never roll the ball down lane and get zero. Okay, first, if you're a right-handed bowler, and we'll use right-handers as a reference, the 3-10 is probably the most common split that you'll leave. The same as the 3-6-10 spare that you leave. It's the same procedure to pick it up. You want to try to clip the 3-pin on the right-hand side and deflect the bowling ball into the 10. If you throw a modest hook, normally you will if you just hit the 3-pin on the right-hand side of the ball. The best way is use your strike alignment target. The strike target gets you to the pocket consistently with a certain ball motion you're familiar with. Why not use that same ball motion toward all the splits on the right hand, kind of the right part of the lane or right center part of the lane, all the way across to the left-hand side. So the 3-10, you would probably use your strike target and move anywhere from 4 to 6 boards to the left on the approach. Use your same target. Depending on the amount of oil, well, depending on how many boards specifically you have to move. I wish I could tell you exactly. Can't do it. Now for the 4-5, another common split, you might want to move anywhere from 4 to 6 boards the other way. Could be as much as 7, could be as little as 3 or 4. Got a little experiment with that on your practice lane, of course. Use the same strike target so you get the same look. If you line up for the 2-pin only, you may not get over to the 4-pin, so you might have to adjust your 2-pin adjustment and move another board or 2 more. If you roll the ball down the lane, try to throw the same speed that you throw for the strike ball so you get the same kind of ball motion, give you the best chance to pick up that difficult 4-5 spare. In the back row, the same kind of spare, the 7 and 8 pin. Well, you got to adjust a little bit more than you did for the 4-5. You got to hit the 7 pin, so you got to get over far enough. It could be 11 to 14 boards. Depends on the oil in the middle of the lane. A lot of oil is going to skid your ball. You need a greater adjustment. Less oil where the ball has more traction and rolls a little sooner, a little less of an adjustment. But you can make a progressive adjustment across the lane, adjusting to the right, and when you shoot those pins in the right hand and the left hand corner of the lane, that is, influence your hip and shoulder to face your target in addition to watching the mark on the lane where you target for your strikes. Now on those other types of splits like 4-9, for example, 4-9 you almost have to pick up the 7 pin without hitting and barely hit the 4-pin without letting the ball leave the lane surface. So you might want to make a maximum adjustment over for a 7-pin and add it and play around with that for a little bit. It'll be within a board or so, maybe a board less than you would for the 7-pin adjustment. You might have to move 14, 15 boards, 12 boards. Depends on it. Use your strike target. Depends again on the amount of oil in the center of the lane. 4-9, you just got to slide over. Same with the 4-10. The 4-10, you need to slide that pin very carefully over to the 10 pin. You got to shave it even a little less solidly than for the 4-9 leave, but the same kind of adjustment is needed for the 4-10. And if you look at the other splits on the right side of the lane, the 6-7, you might want to get cross lane, use your spare ball, throw a little straighter trajectory down the lane where the ball barely hits the 6 pin and slides it over. Very difficult spare to convert. But you want to focus more on the 10 pin than anything. And if you leave the 9-10 split on the right side of the lane, however you normally shoot your 6 pin, you might want to make sure that you stand a couple of boards less further to the left and use the same target for your 6 pin, and that'll give you a chance to hook the ball in between the 9 and 10 equally and pick that up. Now all your other spares, the 4-6, the 7-10, the 8-10, those type of spares, they're so far, they're on the same row of pins and they're too wide apart to convert. Maybe 1 in 50,000 times you'll pick up a 7-10, or 1 in 20,000 times a 4-6 or 8-10. Make sure you get 1 pin. Don't try to pick it up. Be safe. If you're going to try to pick it up, make sure the ball clips at least one of those pins. Don't be too aggressive. Don't cheat yourself out of score because of the split. We all get them. It's part of the game. We hope some of these tips help you. There's many different tips that you can get about shooting spares and splits. So consult a certified bowling coach in your local area, and that should help you improve your technique. While you're here, take a look at some of the wonderful products we offer. Find something you want to purchase. Simply follow the easy-to-order online instructions. Remember, our store is always open, and we thank you for visiting bowlingball.com.